Hello,
Hi.
my name is Angelo. Just want to let you know before we get this started that I am a mandated reporter, so everything here is in confidentiality. So you can say whatever, and you don't have to worry about that getting out or me saying your business. But I am mandated to report anything that has to do with self-harm, harm to others, and yeah, just want to let you know.
What does that mean?
Um, it's just basically like if you have intentions to hurt others or yourself, that's when I do have to report.
Oh yeah, no.
But besides that, everything else is 100% confidentiality, and you don't have to worry about it getting out of this room.
Okay.
Whatever's said in this room stays in this room, unless it's beneficial and you can take it out.
Promise?
Yeah,
Okay.
I promise.
Okay. All right.
So, how are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
A little tired, but I'm alright.
Well, tired. Okay. What brings you in today?
Yeah, my advisor referred me to you. Having some problems with my classes, and I just kind of need some sort of a game plan. So I don't want to drop, and I don't want to just fail out. So he told me to talk to you.
Okay.
Mhm.
I can imagine it's very stressful. What year are you in, if I may ask?
I'm like in my 9th year.
Ninth
I'm
year.
kidding. No.
Oh, okay, I was a little concerned there.
Yeah.
So what year are you?
Second year.
Second year. Okay, so you're a sophomore.
Yeah.
I think this is a very common feeling at that time. Like this is when you're starting to take your higher ed classes, no more on electives or
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's starting to get stressful.
Yes. very
What
true.
is your are you declared in anything yet or?
No, I'm still kind of feeling things out. So yeah, I'm not quite sure there.
Okay.
Maybe you could help me out with that as well. I don't know.
No, of course.
Mhm.
So you said earlier you right now struggling with your classes. How many units are you taking?
Full time.
Full time?
Yeah,
Okay, 12 units.
hmm
And out of those 12 units, any of those classes you're enjoying right now?
No, to be honest with you, I don't know if school's really my thing. When I was in high school, it was easy. I was football team. I starting varsity, did really well. And like I didn't really have to do much in class, right? Because I don't know, maybe I was just smarter back then or something. But they didn't really assign homework. They didn't really give tests or anything like that. So my focus was more on athletics. But ever since I got injured, and it's like now, I just don't know. It's hard.
Do you feel like sports is something that keeps you motivated and helped? Like that seems like something that changed compared to your past and then now. And is that something that you feel like helps you stay focused
yeah.
or?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was my focus for a while. So, very young since I was a kid, playing Little League, Pop Warner. That's what I did. So now that I really can't do that anymore, I just kind of play Madden on the Xbox, and yeah, that seems like.
So it makes me curious. While you were on that team, did it give you like an extra support, or what did that give you that helped you feel like you were smarter than what you are now?
Oh, just the confidence, man.
The confidence.
Confidence, right? Having the the entire school rally behind you. Going to assemblies and they bring you up on stage and just everybody's cheering for you, and it's just you feel like you can't do anything
great.
wrong. Yeah.
I'm curious, what did this injury look like, and how traumatic was it?
Well, it was after my second marriage. I was in a jet ski accident, and I busted my shoulder up pretty hard. So yeah, I was in high school like 20 years ago, so it was a while back. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds to me like you're still trying to adjust into university life.
Yeah.
Have you thought about utilizing any of the resources that are on campus and finding that sense of community?
I mean, yeah, I've found a few, but it's more like social stuff, clubs, hangs, right? Anywhere that they have free pizza, I'll probably be there. But that's about it,
Okay.
Or if there's a show, if there's like a live music or something, I'll go to that.
And I don't know if you've disclosed this information yet, but what is your, do you have a disability or a learning disability?
No, man, no, I'm good.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. So you've checked out some centers on,
Mm-hmm.
out of those centers, have you found any sort of like support system or not yet?
No, not yet.
What does your support system outside of campus look like?
I got a couple buddies, that I used to serve with. But they got their own thing. Sometimes I'll go to the American Legion and play poker. There's good dudes there. Yeah, that's my drinking buddy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So as of now, you're worried about school. Besides school, are you in any other type of activities you do outside of school? Like, do you work?
Yeah, I do work part time.
Or where's that at?
I do work part time at General Dynamics, the NASCAR, the shipyard. I'm an electrician and a welder, but I don't want to do that anymore. It's hard work.
Do you think is that interfering with your academics?
I don't think so. I just when I try to study, man, it's hard. It's hard for me to pay attention in class. Like it just kind of washes over me. I try to focus. I go in and I have every intention to focus, but sometimes it's difficult to put attention. Especially when they're talking about things that I just don't really understand, and the kids around me they just absorb it all. They can read something and understand it. I have to read it. I have to read it over again. Sometimes I'm reading and I don't even remember what I just read. Literally, that moment, that second after I read something, you ask me what I just read, and I'll have to look back down and say, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like you have problems with retaining information. Have you try to talk to your professors about this, or have you talked to anyone about this before?
No, not really.
No, never before. I know for someone that, me myself, I have ADHD, and that's something I struggle with is retaining information. Have you ever thought about possibly getting tested?
No, I got labs done recently. I'm fairly healthy, but no, I've never. How do you get tested for that?
So it's not like that type of test where it's
Okay.
on physical. It's more just on a couple of tests to see how you are paying attention, and just some faith tests is just to see like how you are academically, and possibly you can see like how your attention is, how your impulsivity is, and stuff like that, and potentially like we can see if you do have ADHD. Have you ever heard of SDS?
No, I've never been tested for that.
No. SDS, it's on Student Disability Services.
Oh, I don't have a disability though.
Oh, no. It's a center on campus. It's a
Okay.
resource on campus that offers students. So since you're already a student, it's already covered in your tuition. It offers students free testing, and you can get tested. And I know like disability has a lot of not negative connection, but
Sure.
it's not like that, and like it's better to seek that help and see than trying to navigate what you're doing now. Not saying it's not working for you, because you're here and it's obviously you've gotten this far, but getting some extra help never hurts.
So you're saying that I might have ADHD, something like that?
No, I think that it's good to check it out, especially if you're saying you struggle with retaining information and
Mm-hmm.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's worthwhile, especially since it's in your tuition, you're already paying for it, and
Right.
it's on campus, so it'd be definitely something worthwhile to check out.
Okay. Yeah. I'm done with that. And what kind of, let's say I do have something, right? You know, I've heard of ADHD. I have TikTok, so I understand. But let's say I do have ADHD, right? Because I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna disagree that, man, if something doesn't interest me, I just can't even. So it's makes it, it's difficult for me to study. It really is, because if there's a game on, bro, if something cool is happening outside, like there's like a dog or something outside, man, I can't pay attention. I can't. I'm gonna go pet that dog. So, what kind of services? Like, how could they help you with that?
So earlier you were saying you struggle with taking notes.
Yeah.
You struggle grasping concepts.
Oh yeah.
So with on SDS, some accommodations I've seen before are on extra time on tests,
Oh, interesting.
on note taking.
Okay.
There's different types of accommodations for note taking. There you have this special pin that also records and then you're able to write too, and then you can use that when you get home. There's also on accommodations where you can have a recorder, so you're able to record the lecture and utilize that in your own space, so you can go back and try to regurgitate what the lesson was about.
Isn't that illegal?
No, it's
No?
on, as long as your accommodations,
Mm-hmm.
the professors will be notified of your accommodations, and you'll be perfectly fine. But yeah, these are some type of accommodations that you would see. There's also like extra test time. There's
Okay.
on individual space where you can go and take the test if you feel like you need that and you're overstimulated with too many people, like you were saying
Yeah.
earlier.
Well, what really gets me is when people start finishing the test before me, and that really piques my anxiety, man. Because then I feel like, what are these guys getting that I'm not?
Yeah.
Every person that stands up and turns in their test, to me, is just one more person that I'm farther behind. I'm very competitive. I don't know if you know this about me, but sometimes I'll rush through the test to be the first one done because I want to be on that podium, sir. So
Oh, that makes
okay.
sense.
So I can go to a different room and not have to look at these people.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's one of those things where you in the beginning of the year you get your syllabus and it shows where all the quizzes are. You're able to schedule those quizzes ahead of time, to really take some of that stress off you. Have it nailed down. Once you sign those up, they'll send you reminders that that's coming up. So that's another friendly gesture that really helpful. So it keeps it on your radar. Also gives you that time, that space. Very cool, clean space. Fairly new too. They just moved. Good building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just go to this place and they'll give me ADHD?
No, you go and you get tested.
Okay.
So like I said, I'm not jumping the gun and I'm not saying like you do have ADHD, but it sounds like it'd be very beneficial for you to check that out and see how that turns out, especially since you are a student at SDSU and it is one of your things you are paying tuition for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
A
so
lot of this is making sense to me. This is, things that a lot of, my exes and some family have, told me very similar things.
yeah. So we talked about your 4 classes you're taking so far, on a little bit of your issues on. Have you thought about engaging yourself more on campus and trying to involve yourself more on campus?
I haven't really thought about that, but now that you mention it, I think maybe getting more involved, meeting people and
Because you mentioned earlier about how back in high school when you did play on football, it really helped with like having those fans and having that.
Yeah, I did mention that. That's nice.
There's a lot of ways you can find that in different aspects. Like it doesn't only have to be in sports.
Is that right?
Yeah, like
What else?
SDSU offers numerous types of things you can do. We have debate club. We have all types of things where
I
it
like
doesn't,
arguing,
yeah, it doesn't only
Mhm.
have to be physical. Have you thought about maybe, so you said you were competitive, probably trying to involve yourself in something else that's not physical, but something that wouldn't harm yourself, but you could still get competitive and you get good, you get that extra oomph that you need to keep you going.
Like bowling or something?
Well, what are you interested in? Like, what besides, like, let's talk about some of your interests. What are you interested in?
Play Madden.
Madden, okay, you
Yeah.
did say that they do have a gamer club on campus.
They have a gamer club.
Yes, they do.
Okay, now we're talking.
They actually have there's a room right in the 24-hour section where they have
Mhm.
PlayStation 5s, they have computers, and it's for,
PlayStation 5.
yes, where you can go and if you're on campus and you need a little break, you can go and the club meets there too.
I don't gotta bring my PS2. I
Nope,
can
they
use
have
their
it already
PlayStation
set up
5?
there. So, okay, you like
Okay.
playing games? Is there anything else you're into?
I play the piccolo a little bit.
Okay,
Mhm.
musician, all right.
Yeah. Well, it's not all just physical. I have an artistic side to me, so I
Okay, see, that's really good. Like,
Mhm.
I myself am a painter, and there are a lot of paint clubs and exhibits that happen for students where you
Mhm.
can display your art if you're interested in that.
I couldn't draw a straight line if I tried.
No, okay. So, you mentioned art, you mentioned games. Is there anything else?
I mean, I enjoy beer after work, beer after class. We go to OG's, go bowl a few frames.
See,
Yeah, is that
SDSU
closer?
also has a bowling team.
A bowling team.
Yep.
Wow. Now we're talking.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I think
All
one
right.
thing you should do is become more accustomed on campus and try to utilize more of the resources because you're paying a lot of money to be here. And I think that a lot of these resources go untouched because, we get so caught up in our busy lives and it sounds like you have a lot going on. You work outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
That begs me to ask what does your support system look like?
It's not. I have family, but they're really. I wouldn't call them a support system. I call them the people that are usually mad at me. They're usually upset with me, but
Okay.
I try. You know what I mean? I try. I work, and I pay. I pay.
May I ask why you say you're mad?
Why I'm mad?
No, why? What do you do that irritates them?
Oh man, I mean, it's a matter of perspective. I work. I pay the bills. What more do you want from me? So I have a few drinks, every now and again. So maybe I might.
Okay, so some basic family dynamics.
Yeah.
But overall, do they support you in your endeavors?
I think they have in the past. We'll just put it at that. They have in the past, but sometimes they don't want to be around me, and I
Okay.
understand. That's okay.
So you say in the past, when they did, what did that look like?
They lived with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they put up with me.
Do you think so not living with them now, is that where this kind of gap, the disconnection right there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
But it sounds like they still support you.
to an extent, sure. I mean, my mom loves me. I
Okay.
love my mom. Yeah, she's always there. If I'm hungry, she'll cook me something to eat. Go to her house. It's nice.
Well, how do they feel about you being in school right now? Are they proud?
Yeah, I think they're surprised.
Surprised?
Yeah, I think they're surprised. Yeah.
Is this something they didn't see like you doing?
Yeah, I don't think they believed me when I told them I was going back to school. Yeah. But, I do want to be, set the example for my kids, so yeah, I do want to, show them that I'm able to follow through on this,
Okay, so you have kids too. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. I have 4 kids.
4 kids. Okay, you have a busy life.
Oh, yeah.
4 kids. What are your 4 kids' names?
I'd rather not mention their names, if you don't mind.
No, of
Just,
course. Nice.
Mhm.
So you're working, you're a father, and you're going to school full time.
Yeah.
I see a lot, like you have a lot on your plate. I'm
Mhm.
hoping you're able to take time for yourself. What are some things you do to, like, what are some self-care things you do for yourself so you don't get burnt out? What are you doing to avoid burnout?
I have a group that I meet with, on my off times.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of group is it?
There's a drinking group at the bar, yeah.
Cool. You guys shoot some back and
Yeah,
talk about some stuff.
all the stuff. Where else are you gonna go complain about your coworkers and classmates and, professors and stuff? You're gonna throw a few back, unwind, let loose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you from San Diego? I didn't get to ask that.
Born and raised.
Okay, so
South
nice.
Bay, yeah.
All right. So you're in your home turf.
Mhm.
You got your family out here.
Oh, yeah.
You have your kids.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's not, to me, it sounds like you have your support system where you have people that are aware of what you're doing, and you have your kids. I'm sure they're very proud of what you're doing too.
Once I finish school, I feel like they'll be proud then. I'm just in it right now, so I wanna follow through. I did, very well in high school, right? Varsity team,
Yeah.
did good. We went to CIF, didn't take it, but it wasn't my fault. We had a terrible running back. I did completed time in service, honorable discharge. Did a couple West Packs. Did okay. Did okay. E5, not bad.
Okay.
So I have the ability to follow through and get there, but I'm not gonna ask for accolades or celebrate when I'm not. The race isn't over. I'm just in the middle of the race. Why?
What can we do what do you think could happen, or what can you do to make it where you're not just doing this race and you can enjoy the process and not be it sounds like you're in more of a fight or flight and you're just trying to get it done.
Yeah, what I could do is I could be winning the game, winning the race. I mean, even if the game isn't over, if it's a blowout, if we just have, our foot on the competitors' throats, that feels good. That feels really good. I like that. And then the end is just the final whistle is just the cherry on top. So, and that's not how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like I'm playing catch up. I'm feeling like everybody around me is just running up and down the field, and I'm stuck on the sidelines because I can't figure out this playbook. This playbook isn't dang Chinese, man.
Well, I think one thing you should take in consideration that everyone's story is different,
Okay.
and I think you should give yourself more credit because you have a lot going on, and to be able to juggle as many things as you're doing is very cool. And I personally think that you should be giving yourself way more credit.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It means a lot.
You're doing a lot, and you already made it through your sophomore year. You got 2 more years left.
Yes, sir.
I think finding a sense of community at SDSU will help you more and not feel so overwhelmed, and finding more connections. Like, have you how has it been with connecting with pro staff and stuff? Like, do you have conversations like these with your professors about feeling overwhelmed? And
No, I try not to bother them. They have a lot on their plate. They're most of them are about my age. So I just don't bother with them. Because then maybe I'll see them out at the bar or something. I don't want to run into them and they know all my secrets. So, I try not to.
no, you shouldn't though.
Intervene,
Like, that's what they're here for, and I think that utilizing that would be very beneficial.
Oh, that's true. I mean, they are paid to help me out, right? So, yeah, okay. I'll reach out to them.
Yeah, so like I think on establishing a sense of community can help alleviate some of the stress and making those connections, maybe in your classmates too, like connecting more with your classmates. So if you're feeling like you're falling behind and you're not understanding these concepts, having these conversations and sharing notes.
Some of these classmates are about as old as my oldest child, man. But I'll reach out to them.
No, I understand that, but like I was saying earlier too, you have a lot to offer, and
Thank you.
for something that I know you're not understanding something, and you're they potentially could help you, but at the same time, with all your experience and how much you have to offer, you never know what you can benefit them with in having these conversations. And I know there's a big age difference, and it's a very hard thing. Like I know myself, like navigating that, and it could be difficult. But I think that goes with on being more kinder to yourself and utilizing your own backstory and in those type of situations. So it doesn't look bad to seeking help for people in your peers, even if they may be younger. So I advise,
Thank you.
making those connections.
I bring some good experience. I bring that the strong backup quarterback experience, that energy. So I got something to contribute, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, of course. So just summing up this meeting we've talked about like this is a good on intake, like it's good meeting you. And so far I've learned about you're in school full time.
Yes,
we talked about how you miss being involved in a team and you miss that like camaraderie, you miss all of the hype of all that. Well,
nice.
Thank you for sharing about your accident, and also on talking about your kids I think moving forward, next steps I think you should take I know you don't feel comfortable completely. You mentioned the whole disability thing. I'm not saying, but maybe thinking about checking out SDS and having these conversations with your professor and letting them know when you're not and utilizing office hours. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Do you mind sending all this information to me, email or a letter or something like that?
No, of course. I can send you. I'm gonna send you a lot of links with the culture centers that we have offered on campus.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the link to SDS. Also, I'm gonna send you there's a thing on campus too where it's Aztec mentors. I think you'd benefit a lot from someone that's your age and also in the role of a mentor where they can give you from their personal experience and you feel like you're not stuck with just children. So I think checking out that resource would be pretty beneficial.
I think that'd be great because even just now I just got distracted and I was not paying attention to what you said, so I would appreciate those links. Thank you.
No, of course.
And my apologies.
No, it's
a lot
okay.
of respect for you.
No, I understand completely.
But I just, sometimes.
No, but is there anything else though that you'd like to bring up?
If you didn't mind, maybe we can kind of do this because there are a lot of things, but sometimes it's hard to get my mind organized. So maybe if we can, do like some more sessions.
Of course.
I could pay cash. Whatever.
No. Your services are connected to SD, do your tuition, so you're totally fine. I was going to bring that up next. Would you like to schedule a meeting right now, or I can send you a link where you can click and pick my availability. It's whatever is comfortable with you. We can do it in a week or in the next 2 weeks.
Well, let's schedule it now because I don't really check my email.
Awesome. So what's your availability looking like?
In 2 weeks from now, this day, this time works really well.
So same time works?
Same time, same bad time, friend.
Awesome. So until then, I want you to at least consider checking out those resources I will be sending out, checking out some of these culture centers and potentially stopping by at SDS and just learning more about what is offered and what kind of resources can go with if you're struggling with academics.
Where is SDS?
It's actually right by ENS Field.
Okay.
It's close by. We're behind the library. It's over there by the big field.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, it was really good meeting you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah.